Hello, fifth graders, and welcome to Math for Today. For today, you will need your math resource binder, your 5A workbook, and a pencil. If you need to pause and go get those things, please do so, and then come on back. Fifth graders, your warm-up is going to again be working on some mental math, so go ahead and solve these two problems. And then when you're done, come on back and see how you did. Fifth graders, this is a problem that we could have broken into two parts, right? We can multiply each part separately. So if we multiply our tens place, 20 times 3 is 60, 6 times 3 is 18, and then we can add these two together to get 78. And then this is one that's going to take both of those parts. We're going to break the problem into each of its parts, and we're also going to save 10 for last. So we're going to do 52 times 4 times 10, okay? 50 times 4 is 200. 2 times 4 is 8 times 10. We add these two together and get 208, and then add our 0. So we should get 2,080. Yesterday, fifth graders, we started working on word problems, and we are going to continue with our word problems today. We're actually going to be working during our lesson in our workbooks. So I need you to open up it's like a very big dog ate my workbook. I've had it for a long time. You're going to open up your 5A workbook to page 32. All of my work is done in my workbook, so I'm going to be working on pieces of paper, but you should be answering these problems in your workbook. I'm going to be doing the same problems as the ones that you're doing, so you're just going to work along with me in your workbook, doing what I do. So I'm going to switch myself around, and we will get started. So if you are on the correct page, fifth graders, you should be looking at this problem here about Elaine. So we're going to work through the workbook together today. So again, you're going to be writing and doing what I do in my workbook, and then your homework problems are going to be similar to the workbook problems. So remember, step one when we're solving our word problems is always to read the problem aloud. Elaine has 274 beads. 150 of them are blue, 70 are red, and the rest are white. How many more red beads than white beads are there? Second part of step one is to underline our question. How many more red beads are there? And I'm going to really emphasize that word more. We're not being asked how many red beads are there. We're being asked how many more red beads are there. Okay? Next step is to write our answer statement. So we'd say there are blank, I'm putting in all caps, more red beads than white beads. Okay, so now we have to figure out who or what is this problem about? Who or what is this problem about? So this problem is going to be about beads, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about blue beads, red beads, and white beads. We are being told that in total, Elaine has 274 beads. We're then told 150 of them are blue, 70 are red, so our unit bar should be a little bit smaller. We want to make sure that we're lining up on this left side here. I didn't actually do a great job of that, huh? Should make this a little bit further out. And then the rest are white. And we don't know how many white beads there are. Okay. We just know that the rest are white. And then we're asked, how many more red beads than white beads are there? So this indicates that there are more red beads. So that's great. So we're really trying to figure out, this question mark should go here. We're trying to figure out how many more red beads than white beads there are. So remember, fifth graders, you should be working along with me, okay? Solving this problem in your workbook along with me. So our first step to solve this problem is going to be determining how many white beads there are. Okay, if we're going to figure out how many more red than white there are, we need to know how many white there are. So in this case, we have 2 parts and a whole. If we were to think about this like a number bond, we're being told 274 is made up of 150, 70, and then some other number. Okay, so that's one way you can think about that. So I'm going to add together blue and red. So I will add 150 plus 70 to get 220. So that means these 2 boxes are 220, and we're trying to find what this one is, the third one is. So we need to do some subtraction. The total is 274. We know that these parts add up to 220, so we subtract to find how many white beads there are. Do not be tricked, fifth graders, into thinking that there are 54 more. That is not our answer. There are 54 white beads. So now we know that there are 70 red beads, 54 white beads, and the question is how many more red beads than white beads are there? So we subtract to find our answer. We're going to have to do some regrouping to do our subtraction. 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. How many more red beads are there? There are 16 more red beads. Fifth graders, as we're doing these word problems, remember, if you need to pause at any time, please do so. But this is what your workbook page should look like. You should be following along and having pretty much the same workbook page as I do. All right, let's try number 2. Again, step 1 is to read the problem. Tickets to a concert cost $15 per adult and $8 per child. Matthew bought tickets for 4 adults and 5 children. How much did he spend all together? So we want to underline our question. And then this word all together, this is a word that tells us total, right? What is the total amount? So we're going to be trying to find a total amount. Then we write our answer statement. He spent blank dollars all together. Then we ask ourselves, who or what is this problem about? This is a problem about tickets, but we're also talking about adult tickets and children's tickets. We know that an adult ticket costs $15. Tickets to a concert cost $15 per adult and $8 per child. Our child box is a little bit smaller because $8 is less than $15. We're then told Matthew bought tickets for 4 adults. Currently, we have 1 adult ticket, but we want to show that we have 4 adult tickets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these are 15. You can fill in 15 in each of them if that's helpful for you. Okay, that's just fine. Or you can leave it in that first box. And 5 for children. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, remember we have 8. So you can go ahead and fill in 8 in each box if you would like. Okay, and then the question is, how much did he spend all together? So our question mark should be on the outside here. So we have a couple of steps to do. First, we want to figure out the total amount, the total cost of the adult tickets, then the total cost of the child's tickets, and then put it all together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 adult tickets. So we want to multiply 15 times 4. Fifth graders, based on the unit that we just had, this is something that you could definitely do in your heads, right? 10 times 4 is 40. 5 times 4 is 20 for a total of 60. This is how much the adult tickets cost. The children's tickets, this is a math fact you should have memorized. 8 times 5 is 40. Now we ask ourselves, all together, we know the cost of adults, the cost of children, so we add it together. We could do this mentally as well, right? Ones place, we're adding together, we get 0. Tens place, we add together and get 10. How much did he spend all together? $100. Fifth graders, let's go on to that next page and take a look at number 3. Chris paid $36 for 3 similar tank tops and 2 similar shirts. A t-shirt costs 3 times as much as a tank top. How much did Chris pay for the 2 t-shirts? So we want to underline our question and write our answer statement. Chris paid blank dollars for the 2 t-shirts. Okay, so this is going to be a slightly more complicated one, but it's totally doable. Okay, so let's just start with one of each. Okay, one of each. We know that we're going to be talking about tanks. Who or what is this problem about? Tanks and t-shirts. Okay, so this sentence here, a t-shirt costs 3 times as much as a tank top. So if we're talking about a t-shirt, we're going to divide this into, with dotted lines, 3 chunks. This is one t-shirt here. And to really emphasize this, I'll use a pen. So we're talking about one t-shirt here that's being broken up into these chunks with a dotted line, okay? Because a t-shirt costs 3 times as much as a tank top. So one tank top should be equal to 1/3 of the t-shirts. Okay, so now we can look back at this first sentence. We're talking about 3 tank tops. So currently we have 1 tank top, but we want to have 3 tank tops and 2 t-shirts. Currently we have 1 t-shirt, so we want to have 2 t-shirts. And again, we want to use that dotted line to show the sizes. So here we are with 1, 2, 3 tank tops, 2 t-shirts, and we also have a comparison point because we know that t-shirts are 3 times as much as a tank. We're told that he paid $36 total, and we're being asked how much did he pay for the t-shirts. So we have our question mark here. All right, fifth graders, this is this part where I keep saying, I've said a few times now, we want to have equal box sizes because once we have equal box sizes, then we can start doing our dividing. This allows us to divide. And because of the way the problem is set up, we do have equal box sizes, right? How many of them? We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we have 9 boxes that are equal in size and the total is 36, we can do that division. 36 divided by 9 is 4. So what that means is each box is equal to 4. That's the division that we just did. Now we can look back at our question mark. How many 4s do we have? 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So that means that Chris paid $24 for the 2 t-shirts. So this second sentence becomes almost more important for setting up the problem because we have to make sure that we're showing their relative size.
All right, 5th graders, so we're going to stop there. Your homework is going to be 3 word problems. They're going to be just like the word problems that we just worked on together. So you can really use the sheet, use your workbook to help you guide solving these other 3. It's going to be different things and different numbers, but the process should really be the same. That number 1 will be like the number 1 we just did. Number 2 will be like the number 2 we just did. Number 3 will be like the number 3 we just did. So you're going to solve your word problems following all of those word problem steps. And then you're going to go ahead and submit a picture of your work. As always, if you've got questions, let us know. We're happy to help. Good luck.